too, and whatever. So, Buddy seems to want to talk about Ozpin. So let's start off with that.
Ahem. Ozpin is a useless, arrogant piece of garbage.
Straight to the point. Okay. So, I don't disagree, but also, I don't feel like he means to be.
Then explain his thought process of, no, I and the people I trust are the only ones that have any chance of stopping Salem, or causing
No. I'm
global
not saying
peace.
that, like, he's not
I
arrogant.
know, but what does he think that is then? Like, he's trying to play a shadow war against a nigh unkillable, you
I'm
know,
pretty sure after the hundreds of years, he has convinced himself that not telling anyone except for a select few protects the public with ignorance.
Okay. So, has he just gone senile?
I mean, it's been a couple millennia, so I wouldn't, you know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I get why he would want the maidens to be like, not common knowledge because, people like Cinder who want their power, or Raven. But the other thing is, it gets to the point where they're so secret, no one helps them because no one knows who they are.
So they literally have, like, thousands of times of the enemies. Well, not really thousands, but
The Grim. There are
yeah,
probably
I was
thousands of
thinking
the
the Grim,
Grim.
but Huntsmen actually, fight the Grim. That's what they're aware of.
Yeah.
Because you can't really hide, freaking Beowulfs in Ursa.
I mean, you
So
technically could, but it wouldn't work well.
you could, but not well, and not for long.
Yeah, and it's
So
like
I mean, yeah, I his thought process is just insane, honestly. Yeah,
it's mind-bogglingly retarded.
couldn't have said it better myself. So
With the fact that he goes on, like the fact that he's like, "Oh yeah, for the greater good," and he has convinced two generations now, or at least one or two teams from two separate generations, to go and try to kill Salem. And he gets so upset and throws a bitch fit when it's, oh no, they actually asked the Relic of Knowledge, what's Ozpin hiding from us? When Ozpin's like, no, and tried to either
this
stop
has
them or
already
attack them.
happened before. Like Team Stark has literally already done that in the past. So
And there
it's not
lies the
like it's
point.
information that hasn't been let out before.
It's like Team Stark. Well, for some reason, Crow decided, even after Summer died, Raven yeeted herself out of the picture, and Tai Yang just decided to be a stay-at-home dad. Even after all that, Crow decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep working with Ozpin, the guy who lied to our faces and tried to send us to fix and tried to have them act as divorce lawyers for the longest, bloodiest, and just dumbest, like divorce get back or whatever in history.
I just came to a realization.
Hmm.
Salem is the universe's biggest Karen.
Oh.
Longest reigning biggest Karen.
It's.
She wants to speak to the manager so that she
Hold
can
on.
rip his head off multiple times over.
Yeah, she already murdered their children, so.
Yeah, that did happen. That was a bit fucked. Not gonna lie.
Oh, no, there's no way around it. She murdered her own children.
Yeah. So how did like that become the maidens, or did just like the reincarnation thing happen like genetically, or I guess
The
what's
reincarnation
correct?
thing for Ozpin happened because the god of light is an a-hole.
No. I mean, like, for the maiden.
For the maidens, it's just whoever their last
Hereditary,
thoughts
I guess?
of whoever their last thoughts
Yes,
are
but
about.
why?
Hell if I know.
I think it's
Because
probably hereditary.
because Ozpin is a. Oh wait, no, Ozpin's the one that did it. So it was probably so that he could try and control who the maidens were.
Well, I mean, they didn't even know that they could use magic till they were, like, I don't know, 4 or
No,
5, it looks like?
no. Ozpin's the one that gave them the magic. And according to the fairy tale, they figured it out really quickly.
I thought that those fairy tales were, like, proven to be wrong.
Nope.
Like, cover-ups.
They partially are, but I'm pretty sure that was like right after Salem murdered their kids that Ozpin went and lived as the hermit.
Yeah.
Which means if he went and lived as the hermit right after that, that's when he gave the maidens their powers.
I guess, yeah, that would make sense. But they weren't the first maidens, I guess.
The ones he gave it to were the first maidens.
No, the first maidens were the kids. That's, like, a thing that's known.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ozpin took their powers after they died and gave them to the maidens.
I mean, we don't really know what's up with them yet. Weirdly enough, we know more about Ozpin than the maidens.
That's
By us
because
knowing
Ozpin is
about
secretive.
the maidens longer than,
That's because Ozpin's the one that knows about the maidens, and he's like the worst person ever. Like,
yeah.
Jin is the reason we know so much about Ozpin. Even the fact that he had kids, married Salem, and said kids died.
Yeah. That was a theory since, like, Volume 4, that they were, like, lovers at one point.
Hmm.
So it's pretty cool that that ended up being the actual canon. Yeah, so I guess next thing is top 3 favorite and top 3 least favorite characters.
Okay,
In
but
no specific
first,
order.
here is the best description of Remnant's Shadow War I've ever seen. And I quote, yeah, like between Ozpin and Salem, like it's secretive. Oh, yeah. Like the best description I've ever heard or seen of it is, and I quote, "It's Remnant's longest, bloodiest divorce gone wrong."
Yeah.
Can you deny that that's accurate?
I cannot.
Exactly. There is no denying
I'm going to
that.
assume Ozpin is on the least favorite characters list.
Oh, definitely. I'm pretty sure Ozpin was the wife.
I mean, alright.
I could have made a terrible joke about that, but even I'm not that dumb. I'm gonna DM you the joke.
I feel like I know what the joke is, but sure, go ahead. Oh.
How else do you explain
right.
Look at all the times she's gotten Ozpin killed or killed Ozpin.
Well, shit. Okay, buddy. Alright, okay.
I had to do it.
But you didn't, though. Like...
It came to mind, and it's funny to me.
You're aware I have to cut this entire section out, right?
No, because we didn't say the joke.
Yeah, but there's no context, so there's no reason for it to be there.
Shh.
It's
Context
not
is
gonna
unimportant.
be there, buddy. But
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so who would be the next person in your least favorite list?
Probably Havel. Or Hazel. Whatever.
Hazel?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a pretty weak character. He doesn't have, like, a great motivation.
Actually, he does. His motivation is entirely against Ozpin. It's just...
Yeah.
he's not the smartest character. It's like, Ozpin did a really stupid thing, like, Hazel's sister...
But he didn't,
No,
though.
no, Hazel's sister was a Beacon student.
Yeah.
Ozpin sent her on a mission that he knew was, like, too high level for them.
No, dude, it was a training mission. She died in, like, the Emerald Forest.
Yeah, it was supposed... Like, she was... I think the thing is, she was like a
Buddy.
second-year student. The mission was a year above what she was supposed to do.
It's really not, buddy.
Wait, seriously?
She died during... You know how in Volume 1 they had the thing with the landing strategy? And then they had their teams?
She died in initiation.
She died in initiation, my dude.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't... Like, I get it. It's like... Oh, no.
And that's one of the few cases where Ozpin did nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's like, he even warns them, go at it with, you know, like, intent to kill or destroy, or, you know, no, it's, do not hesitate to destroy anything in your path or you will die, something like that.
Yeah. I guess she hesitated. You know what I bet? It was probably that scorpion that, John and Peter found.
Honestly, maybe. How much you want to bet she was like...
I mean,
she
it
was
had
just...
like moss on it.
Okay, but do you...
It's not even the elephants had moss on them.
Well, I mean, that's because the thing was sitting in the cave for a long time.
I mean, yeah, but still.
But, I mean, like, if she died... Like, I thought it was like she died on a mission that was too high level for her.
No,
that
it was
Ozpin knew
literally
about.
the lowest level mission possible.
Not even a mission.
She just sucked at it being a huntress. At like the bare minimum of becoming one.
Okay. But beyond even that, he's like, oh yeah, if, you know, he doesn't want to kill people if he doesn't have to. But, you know, like, as soon as he gives them a warning and they decline, it's just like, well, murder. And he...
I mean, it's a warning. Like,
I get that, but it's like, I get that, and that he can't let people get away with knowing what they might have found out or anything. But the thing is, it's still like, there, like, a reason people hate on some other characters and other shows is they claim to be like pacifists or hate violence or things like that. But then they don't seem to have any qualms about killing people. Like, yeah, they might mourn that person or feel bad about it later, but...
Like Batman in Batman vs. Superman, he's like, I don't kill people. Proceeds to yeet a dude through, like, 3 concrete walls.
Who did he yeet through the walls?
Like, some henchman. If you're a henchman in a superhero movie, you're basically just, like, what's it called? A,
Meat shield.
Well, I mean that, but, damn, what's it called? A ragdoll. You're a ragdoll to be tossed around.
Okay.
So yeah.
Unless you're like, well, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Like if you're a henchman or a goon, unless it's like the beginning of the movie,
or it's Dark Souls or something.
Or it's where Dark even Souls, in which they bite your ankles off.
No, even the goons can kill you.
Yeah. Okay, so who is the third person on the list for you?
The third person. Emerald.
4.5 minutes left. Emerald?
Emerald.
Yeah.
Her whole thing is, oh yeah, Cinder saved me from being homeless. Now I hero worship her, think she can do no wrong. Anytime someone talks bad about her or implies that something happened to her.
You know what I just realized?
She's yandere?
She's a simp.
A what?
She's a simp.
I don't know what that is.
You're unaware of this. Okay, cool.
I don't spend hours trawling through the internet like you do.
Man, consider yourself lucky. Completely honest. So,
no, just because I'm confused, I'm looking that up. But yeah, she's like a freaking yandere.
For context, well, yeah, nah, you'll figure it out.
Well, with Emerald, it's like, oh yeah, like she threatens Mercury whenever he says something bad might have happened to Cinder or something like that. tries to fight.
Might have as well.
Well, no, and then it's basically confirmed because Yang comes up with the relic. And then she tries to fight both Hazel and Mercury. But she tries to fight Hazel and Mercury to go back for Cinder, who seems to be already dead at that point. And so she just is the most self-destructive character as soon as anything bad happens to Cinder. She's like, oh yeah, no, Cinder's invincible. Nothing bad can happen to Cinder. Cinder can't lose.
She freaked out so bad that she basically created a giant projection of Salem.
Yeah, and she somehow managed to affect more than one person with it, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
which that in
its Volume 3 as well.
Nope.
Yes, she did.
With what?
Wait, no, she didn't.
Yeah, no, Volume 3?
What was the thing with the multiple people?
No, the only time she affected multiple people was when she did the screaming thing. Volume 3, she only affected Yang and made her punch Mercury in the leg. And then she also just affected Pyrrha and had her kill Penny. Also, I think we're just about out of time. Whatever.
We are almost. We have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
We should wrap this up.
Yeah. To summarize, Ozpin is a useless piece of garbage. Hazel is a stupid piece of garbage. And Emerald is... she's a clingy, she's in denial about a lot of things. She's like, oh yeah, no, nothing bad can ever happen to Cinder. Cinder can't lose. As soon as it looks like Cinder might lose or something bad might have happened to Cinder, she starts panicking.
Again, buddy, a simp.
Yeah, I looked it up. I will agree.
But yeah, so I guess to summarize my list in 1 minute and 30 seconds, Ozpin, but not Oscar.
Oh yeah, no, I have no issues with Oscar.
Lionheart?
Oh yeah, I get that one. Lionheart's a bitch.
And Emerald, yeah.
See?
Emerald because Hazel,
yeah, he's not a bad...
being cool.
Yeah, he's not
an awesome semblance that makes up for his character flaws.
Yeah, it's called numbing factor, or something. No, numbing agent.
But yeah, so.
But yeah, Hazel is kind of cool. I'm just not a huge fan. Wait, no, replace Hazel with Velvet.
I still don't entirely get why you hate Velvet, but we will talk about that in the third episode of the Stupid Stuff podcast.
Or would that be episode 2, part 2?
No,
much thunk.
We're not gonna do the 2-part then.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time.
Who would subscribe to us? We're the Stupid Stuff podcast.